let's move on to your
To the
Philadelphia
main
Eagles.
attraction, the gem of the NFC. 1 year.
Take the floor, my friend.
Just put the graphics up and let me cook. Nick Sirianni's coming back as head coach, and I don't know if you'd call it a surprising move, but there was definitely some talks that he might not be coming back 1 year removed from a Super Bowl. But we have a whole new coaching staff around him. Gone is Sean Desai, Brian Johnson, those two bums. We got Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio is a big get, in my opinion, right off the
Hometown
bat.
guy.
Hometown Philly guy. Last year's record 11-6. We already mentioned, the banger of a 10-1 start to a 1-5 finish. Over under this year for the Eagles, 10.5 won. Some of the key additions: Quinyon Mitchell, who, dude, I don't know if you watched the Giants Hard Knocks. There was talks the Eagles were like, we want to trade up. We're going to trade up, and then they didn't. They still got the guy they wanted. They have Cooper DeJean, who's going to be a great safety. He won't play cornerback in the NFL. And we also got Saquon Barkley and Bryce Huff. We did lose DeAndre Swift, who cares, and Hassan Reddick, who hasn't showed up for camp with the Jets. So overall, love the additions. Good first-round pick, good second-round pick. Of course, the Eagles will draft Cooper DeJean. Of course, right? This is like them drafting fucking. I hope I'm wrong about him too. Now that I think about it, this is just Eagles spite me.
Look, man.
But good talk. Go ahead.
The Eagles love to be the offseason champs. They knocked it out of the park again with offseason additions, with the draft, free agency, trades.
Well, to their roster though. To the roster. Because last year the offseason ripped away Gannon and Steichen, and we underestimated badly.
Yeah, most definitely. But I love Vic Fangio. I think Vic Fangio's just as good as like a Steve Spagnuolo when it comes to defensive coordinators. No matter where he goes, he winds up figuring it out some way or another, and they become a top 10 defense. I think it's going to help out the Eagles a lot. The Eagles have a lot of talent. All the problems that they had in the back end, and they solved that. They got the best cornerback in the draft in Quinyon Mitchell, in my opinion. He's an absolute dog. He's going to bring an edge, which I think the Eagles defense has been missing for a couple years.
Missing speed.
Yeah, but
difference makers.
Speed in that dog, though. Like, let's talk some
Correct,
trash.
absolutely.
And CJ Gardner's back.
I'm just saying, yeah, CD Deuce. I'm just saying, it's going to be nice when you're not watching James Bradbury like running his ass off to be 2 steps behind the guy. That's what he's still on the team. Might play safety. But yeah, no, I agree. And really quick on Fangio, I love what he's going to do. Like, this is the best defensive line he's had in a while. Yeah. I think we agree. The talent there, Graham. I know we lost Fletcher Cox, but Jalen Carter, I mean, he might be a gem.
He's waiting to be fucking unlocked, man.
And Jordan Davis too needs a little kick in the ass. He has not been as good as I thought he would have been. He's definitely gotten better, but still not the difference maker I bet we both thought.
Definitely a. Well, you guys didn't pick him that high. Where'd you guys get Jordan Davis?
13, 14.
Okay, I was gonna say overdraft, but just slightly, a little slight overdraft.
But there's still plenty of time to become a run
He's definitely not going to be Jalen Carter level. I think that's
absolutely not.
Yeah,
no, Jalen Carter fell. He's the best player in the draft, arguably.
Yeah,
and he fell. But what are the storylines, Juan, from an outside, non-biased Eagles fan? What are you looking at?
I think it's the Saquon Barkley whole situation. I think I think I said this when they got him. It brings me reminisce of DeMarco Murray. Kind of like taken away from your rival kind of thing, spite in the heart.
Maybe it'll work out better.
Yeah, hopefully. Chip Kelly's not involved, so it might turn out a lot better. But Saquon, he's a talent. He is a talent. We both know how we feel about Saquon Barkley. He's amazing when he's healthy. And I know he's been healthy last 2 seasons, but it does scare you.
He had no line.
Yeah,
had no line.
But it does
That's
scare you.
He does have with the Eagles.
It does scare you with the injury. He's a guy that's known to get banged up a lot.
The position, the nature of it,
the position, the contract's not terrible, but it is a lot of money if it doesn't work out. But I think that's the biggest storyline is Saquon Barkley. Is he, because he's the X factor here. You guys bring in a
I
guy like
agree.
Saquon and he works out. I mean, this can be like a Christian McCaffrey type thing where it just elevates fucking everything.
So you asked me on Zeke over under 1,000. Could you see Saquon sniffing high 1,800, 1,900?
Oh man,
If
that's
it's a
tough. I can see it. He's gonna get 1,200 in his sleep if he's healthy. He's getting 1,200 yards
yeah.
this year.
Well, here's my thing with the Eagles, man. Like, there's been games where we've dominated teams, and we just don't have a dynamic running back that can take advantage. Like, Miles Sanders is fine, good running back, right? So is
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift,
Hmm.
but they don't have the talent of a Saquon Barkley. Not even close.
Hmm.
Like, this is the best offense he's ever played in. Not to mention, hey, there's two guys who can threaten defenses on the outside at all times. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, not to mention a really good tight end, Dallas Goedert, who needs to stay healthy. And we still have Lane. We still have Landon Dickerson. We still have Jordan Mailata. Cam Jurgens is young. Right guard, we got to figure out. Tyler Steen might be there. We'll see. But to me, the big storyline is Kellen Moore. You think about the quarterbacks he's coached. Hey, yeah, Dak Prescott could move a little bit. Justin Herbert could move a little bit. But they weren't as reliant on their legs as a Jalen Hurts, right? Like, if you're going to get the most out of Jalen Hurts one, he's got to have some runs. Like, how many times last year on 3rd and 6 did you see a quarterback draw? I mean, God, it's sickening to think about because it's our only fucking run play. But how many times did you see that? And he's like, oh, 20 yards, touchdown against the Bills to win the game. Like, I feel like it's going to be a big difference, but I am hopeful because, God, it would be so nice to have more than 2 run plays. It'd be so fucking cool. I know inside zone and our read options cool, but man, how about a pulling fucking guard once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember our run game that first year with Doug Peterson and Frank Reich?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I would give my left nut for that.
Well, the thing that kind of scares me a little bit too is the reports of Jalen Hurts having disconnect with Nick Sirianni all year, not getting on the same page. And when it comes down to that, bro, when your head coach and your quarterback are not on the same page, and I mean, luckily it didn't come out during the season. We kind of all like felt it, but that's a bad recipe, bro. Especially the fact that the Eagles just paid this guy. You get left in these situations where it's like coach or player. And most of the time in recent history, it's been the player.
This player. Yeah.
And it's kind of scary. That divides locker rooms. It doesn't go well for those type of teams that have that disconnect. So I hope they get it together and Kellen Moore can come in there and really develop a system fit for Jalen Hurts. Because honestly, what it's looking like right now is Jalen Hurts can be a product of Shane Steichen.
I agree. I mean, it was clear as day how much better our offense was with Shane Steichen. It wasn't even close. And I think the Eagles the first 10 weeks really beat, and I think the Eagles were guilty of this even under Steichen a little bit, was, we'll out talent your ass. We will out talent it to death.
Yeah.
And that's what we can. It was like, hey, here's a go ball to A.J. Brown. It's not a great play design. It's not like New England in its prime. It's not like the 49ers where it's like, oh, is Juwan Jennings not getting covered on 3rd and 10? Right?
Yeah.
And that to me is really annoying. Like, I hate watching coaches who are like, well, no, I don't really have a scheme, so we're just going to fucking win. You're going to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Totally.
and
agree.
again, I don't regard Kellen Moore like he's Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Cal Shanahan. But dude, after a year of Brian Johnson, this is fucking exciting.
Yeah.
I love not seeing quick screen on 3rd and 4 every fucking play.
I'm just going to be curious on how he uses Jalen Hurts because I'm telling you right now,
Have you ever seen Jalen Hurts go under center ever in the NFL?
No. Besides the QB
What, do the kneel? Oh, the push.
Tush
yeah, other
push.
than that, you ever see him go under center ever?
Right. But Jalen is one of these quarterbacks where you need to utilize his best traits. And that's what Shane Steichen did. You got to know who you have. And it's been proven, it's been shown that you can win a fucking Super Bowl with this guy. You can do it. You gotta do it the right way though.
He outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe not outplayed him, but he was
played his
balling
ass
out
off
as much as Mahomes. Yeah, correct.
And just I hope I don't see Kellen Moore trying to make him into something that he's not. Like,
correct. Yeah.
That's gonna pain me. That's gonna pain me.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems.